Welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're going to be doing the weekly tarot reading for the week of January 4th through the 10th for the whole collective. So let's see what's going on for all of us for this upcoming week of January 4th through the 10th. As always, please hit that like button so this video will go out to other people that need to see it, need to see the information. It also helps the channel to grow. So I appreciate if you hit that like button. And please hit subscribe if you haven't already so that you'll get future videos I put out. And as always, please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, because it might resonate with you and it might not. So let's see what's going on. So for this upcoming week, I'm anxious about January. Just from everything I've been getting in the readings, it looks like it's going to be a pretty big month for energy. So what is the energy for the collective for the week of January 4th through the 10th? What is the energy for the collective? All right, so let's see what's going on. Hope everyone had a good holiday season. And I'm celebrating, I'm excited about this. I'm celebrating 1 year of being on YouTube. I started this channel and January 1st, 2025 is when I put my first video out. So it has been a fun adventure, especially like learning the technology because I'm not the most technology savvy person. So that has been definitely a learning experience. But let's go ahead and get into the reading. See, we got the Two of Cups. We've got the Three of Wands, the Moon card, okay, Knight of Cups, the Hermit, the Five of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So coming into this week of January 4th, and maybe July is going to be something important for somebody out there because this popped out. So the moon, I feel like coming into this month, into this week, and I guess going into the beginning of the month, there's a lot that's kind of being kept hidden from us, whether that is as a collective on a global scale or in your personal life as well. So this could be affecting, so it could go either way, personally or as a group of a collective on the global level. But there's definitely information that's being withheld from us, things that we don't know about that's going on. So it's kind of like we're dealing with illusions and not the full truth. Um, I feel like this is more of a love reading on a personal level, but even on a galactic level, I feel like there's kind of, there's all these illusions that are going to be getting busted up. And coming into this month, into this week, it's like, we're surrounded by all these illusions. So it's kind of like what I mean by illusion. It's like things might seem one way, but that's not the reality. In the reality, it's something different. But you're making decisions and living your life on the pretense of it being an illusion when when it's really something opposite. I do feel like that's going to change, especially for the collective. Coming into the month of January into 2026, these illusions are going to start to get busted up on a global level. But even in our personal lives, it's like it's going to get busted up. These illusions are going to come out. So it's kind of, and it's been a journey, because one thing I'm drawn to right now is this little crab right here, this little lobster. He's going up into this path. So it's kind of like, it's been a journey of dealing with illusions. And like I said, I feel like this is more of a personal love reading, but it could, like I said, it could also go on the global galactic level. And sometimes I'll get told to take it on the like to explain it on the galactic level too later in the reading. So we'll see if that's what happens with this reading. But I definitely feel like it's been a process of dealing with these illusions. So what we're dealing with where we're at in the here and now in the current energy is this Two of Cups. So basically we're basically in this Two of Cups energy, and it could be like you're experiencing a Two of Cups. Maybe somebody has come back into your life that's from the past, and maybe they came back over the holiday season. Um, and yeah, I'm getting a confirmation of yes for some of you that that's the case. And it's like you're looking at this Two of Cups. And I feel like right now you're just looking at it. You're not really like taking action on it. But and this is in the past position. So maybe if this is a person coming in, now it could be a new person that that you were under the illusion that they didn't have feelings for you, or they were just a friend, or they weren't forthcoming with how they felt about you and you were operating under the illusion. Or it could be someone from your past that you didn't know that they still had feelings for you, or that that they were still interested in you or anything like that. So there's kind of that whole illusion part of it. But I definitely feel like there was information that was being kept from you in the past that now it's coming to light. And this Two of Cups is part of it. And I feel like, well, what I'm seeing here is there is, you're getting ready to take a new journey, or you're thinking about it, and this is all in the current energy. So you could be pondering about taking a journey with this person and starting a new beginning with them. And it looks like the atmosphere is wanting to have a new beginning. So this is all current energy. So it's like this person comes into your life, they're making an offer of love to you, or telling you how they feel, and they're busting up any illusions of the past. Like if you thought they didn't care about you, or they didn't want any relationship with you or something like that, it's all getting busted up because they're coming forth with their feelings. And I feel like there has been some withholding of feelings here in the past. Like maybe they didn't tell you exactly how they felt about you, or what they thought of the relationship, or they kind of downplayed their feelings for you, like they didn't have feelings for you. But that's all coming to light now. And I feel like that's part of what this Two of Cups is like they're opening up to you that they want this Two of Cups with you. They're opening up to the truth of what their feelings are about you and what they want for the future with you and where they want to take this relationship. And I feel like in the past, they've hidden that from you. Like they weren't being honest and, open about it in the past. So this is all current energy that I have for us collective for this week. So this is all currently happening right now. And I feel like, you're looking at this, like they're coming forward with this offer, they're talking to you. And so you're thinking and looking into, do you want to go forward with this person and give them another chance? What do you want to, how do you want to proceed with this? And it could be, since it's all happening in the current energy, you haven't quite made that decision yet. I don't feel like you have. I feel like you're thinking about it, if you want, you know, you're getting ready to take that journey. And maybe you are. Maybe you've already made your decision and you want to take that journey. But I feel that in the near future, what I see is you're going to be doing a lot of introspection about it. So I think for some of you, already made up your mind and you're like, yep, I'm going to go forward with this and take this step forward and go forward on this new journey with this person. But for a lot of you, though, I think there's going to be some time of introspection. Even if you're thinking and planning on going forward, there's still a lot of deep thinking going on about this. You're following your inner knowing and your inner light, using your intuition, and you're going to need some time to like do some introspection on this. And that's because of what I got for the clarifiers. One of them is I got this Five of Cups. So there's definitely some regret, loss, and sadness in this situation. And so it could very well be someone from your past. I kind of feel like that's the case. And so I feel like, because of what happened in the past, it caused this, loss, grief, and sadness with the relationship, with, the energy between the two of you. And that's why you're doing a lot of deep introspection, like about moving forward with this. is this really what I want to do? So the two of wands, you're looking to make a decision. The three of wands, you've already made it and you're moving forward. So you're kind of, I feel like what I'm hearing is you're on that cusp of making that decision about whether or not you want to move forward with this person once they come in, but you still, it's like internally, you still need to do that introspection and think about it just because of everything that has happened in the past with this person. If this is definitely someone from your past. Now, if it's somebody new that this is the first time you've had a relationship with them, or it's someone new into your life, it could be you're dealing with ghosts of the past. It could be you're dealing, you're still trying to heal from sadness, loss, and regret from something that happened in the past, like a previous relationship. And that's another reason why you're, doing some introspection about moving forward in a new relationship, because you're still kind of, maybe dealing with these feelings from a previous relationship. Maybe you're not completely healed yet from it. But it looks like, I think for the majority of you, you are going to move forward and give this person another chance, or give them a chance if they're a new person. It looks like you are going to, probably move forward with a new journey. But I guess, it just depends on your situation. So another advice card I have is I'm hearing don't move too fast. So see how he's galloping on this horse, and the Knight of Swords comes in fast. He's got his little sword up there and he's like blazing in. So this is funny, but what I'm hearing is, and they're showing me somebody on a horse, like a cowboy, and he's riding really fast on a horse, like galloping, and I'm hearing the words slow down, cowboy. So I know that's crazy, but that's what I'm seeing and hearing. And so it's like this person, they could be coming in with this offer like really fast, like they're flying in towards you and they're coming in fast, right? And so that might be like, kind of freaking you out a little bit. You're kind of like, wait a minute, slow down, and so that might be causing you also to feel like you need some introspection time, because they might be coming in fast and be like, I've been telling you all this stuff, but they're wanting things to move quickly. They're coming in fast. And that's what I'm hearing is slow down, cowboy. And I'm seeing the cowboys like pulling on the reins to slow the horse down to like to instead of galloping, it's like it's walking. So that might be scaring you a little bit about moving forward with this person. But let's go ahead and get some clarifiers. Please give me 2 clarifiers about the Knight of Swords. 2 clarifiers, please. Okay, thank you. Let's see, 2. Yeah, you're still kind of making a decision. And I think, if they're coming in real fast like that, it might be kind of scaring you a little bit. So it's like, I think the universe is saying, slow things down. I mean, that's what they're saying to me. So slow things down before, really think about this. Do that introspection before you go forward with this journey with this person. Now, I do feel like majority of you are going to go forward, but, but think about it. Don't rush into anything. And it's like, okay, what I'm hearing is make sure that it's balanced. This is the other card I got for the other card I got when I pulled to get more clarification on that Knight of Swords. It's like I'm hearing make sure things are balanced, because they could be coming in and maybe, they're rushing into it, and maybe they haven't like done all their inner work, or they're not really ready, but they're rushing into you. But the universe is saying make sure it's balanced in this relationship, because I'm hearing that in the past your relationships weren't balanced. And that's what caused this sadness, loss, and regret. It's like in the past relationships, you weren't fulfilled because your relationships weren't balanced. It's like you were giving more than you were getting back. And it was a pattern that you had in your life with relationships. And it's like, I feel like you're finally getting out of that pattern. Yeah. Yeah. They're showing me you're finally getting out of that pattern. But you need to be, when you're doing this introspection, make sure that you don't rush into something without making sure that it's a healthy, balanced relationship first. Because it's like you have a kind heart. It's like, it's what I'm hearing. You have a kind heart and you have a tendency to want to put 100% of yourself into a relationship. But the problem is you've been dealing with people in the past that aren't reciprocating that with you. They're not giving 100%. And so it's causing, it's causing that sadness, that lack of being fulfilled in your relationships and getting burned out. So it's like, make sure that, it's not saying don't be kind in your relationships, but make sure that it's reciprocal and you're getting back what you're putting into it. And you're not going to put up. And I feel like you've been through this pattern and you've healed it, like you've recognized it. So I do feel like going forward in this new relationship, you are going to be much more observant about it. I think a lot of times in relationships, especially if it's a new relationship, it's like you're all full of butterflies and rainbows and, it's like, and you're not really paying attention to the dynamics so much. So if it's unbalanced, you might not notice it at first, but as time goes on, you'll start to notice it, that it's not balanced, and a pattern will start to emerge in that relationship. So it's kind of like, make sure you're not, just accepting scraps. Because if you see he's like kind of giving scraps to this person in this yellow cloak and this blue cloak here. So it's like, make sure that you're not just accepting the bare minimum, of what they want to give you. The universe really wants you to experience a reciprocal, balanced love that's healthy. And so if it starts to go into this way of being unbalanced, then it's time to let it go. So don't fall into that trap of getting stuck into a relationship where you're not, it's like you're getting breadcrumbed and you're not getting everything, what you're putting into it. So it's kind of a warning. And it came with this card. So it could be this person that's coming in real fast. Maybe you realize that, they're giving you this love offer, they're telling you these things, but maybe you're kind of like holding back a little bit because you're realizing, well, maybe they have more healing to do. Or, maybe they're dealing with ghosts of their past or, emotions from previous relationships that they need to heal. So there could be a few things going on there. So this could be you or them. And maybe it's like rushing into you as a way of distracting themselves from doing their inner work. And you're kind of like, no, you need to do your inner work. You need to be in a good place, a healthy place, and things need to be balanced before you go forward. But I do feel like what I'm hearing is, for the majority of you, you will take them up on this and give them a chance. If it's a new person and if it's someone from your past, you're going to give them a second chance. But definitely follow your intuition and your inner knowing on this. And make sure that you're getting out of this relationship what you need to. That it's, like I said, balanced and reciprocal. Because I feel like in the past, that's something that you've, had to deal with in the past, with people not being that way towards you. And it's like, it's time. I'm hearing now it's time to bust up that cycle and to break that pattern, to break that cycle. And get this Two of Cups type of relationship that you want and deserve. That's healthy and reciprocal, and that your needs are being met. And make sure that they're not selfish. I'm hearing, make sure that they're loving and kind. And they keep showing me like little breadcrumbs. Make sure you're not you're not getting breadcrumbed. I keep hearing that. Make sure that it's, they're giving you an equal share as what you're putting into it. So I don't know. It looks like a pretty deep love reading here. And I feel like for a lot of the collective coming into 2026, if you're single, I feel like for a lot of people, they're going to be meeting. Now, of course, everyone's different, right? Their circumstances, but I'm feeling generally that a lot of people are going to be getting into relationships in 2026, new relationships, whether it's someone you're just meeting in 2026, it's brand new, or someone from your past. I feel like that, it could be either one, but I feel like, there's going to be a lot of changes, like letting go of past relationships. I feel like 25, there was a lot of that going on in 2025, letting go of old connections, old relationships that were no longer in alignment, old situations, and then bringing in new. Like 2026, there's going to be big shifts of new relationships, and it could be friendships too. Not just, romantic partnerships, but also like maybe business partnerships or, better relationships with friends, new friends coming in. And maybe if it's family members, like, like re-engenerate, how can I say it? Letting go of certain family relationships, but then like maybe reconnecting with old, family relationships that you lost touch with or something like that. But I feel like there's gonna be a big emphasis in '26 on rebuilding connections that are more in alignment with where you are now and letting go of the old toxic ones that are no longer in alignment. Because those old toxic ones are just gonna be holding you down and keeping you from being your best self and, and prevent you from reaching your potential as far as energetically and with your frequency. So it's best to not be around that energy. So I feel like there'll be a letting go of. And I think it's like, and some of it, it might be great. Like it might be kind of a silent letting go of is like you just basically you just kind of like drift apart from each other. That could be part of it too. But I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of new coming in. New second chances on, past relationships, maybe new relationships with people you've just met, new friendships. Like there's just going to be a lot of new partnerships coming in for 2026. This is just what I'm getting right now. It's going to be a lot of change. And in January, I'm feeling like I know this is a weekly read, and I just did the January 2026 monthly reads just came out a few days ago. So if you haven't seen those yet, go back and check them out. But I definitely feel like, January is going to cut. It's like 2026 is going to come in with a bang in January. Because when I looked at the astrology for January, and then when I did those readings, it's like there was a lot of energy in those readings. I mean, we're talking major arcanas, a lot of energy. So I feel like January, it's like things are just going to, like, the year's going to start off with a bang, like just woof, like all this energy coming in the beginning of the year. So that's what I have for us as a collective. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.